For many of you who follow us on this channel, this our Nigerian king, a traditional ruler. In fact, he is called the Apetu of Ipetumodu, His Royal Majesty, Oba Oloyede, whom I made a video about his arrest some time ago by FBI in the United States of America for a fraud up to the tune of $4.2 million. Yes, American government has scheduled 26th of August for his sentencing. On that day, now they go sentence the Baba. Maybe they feel like I'm 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, 50 years. May God have mercy on him. This king has finally been charged to court. And according to his counsel, he was telling the prosecutor, say, may them have mercy on him. They should have pity on him. He was pleading for leniency, saying it was coronavirus, COVID-19, that pushed him into fraud. That COVID-19 affected everybody differently. That his own case was that the aftermath of the COVID-19 pushed him into defrauding American government up to the tune of $4.2 million. And now he's asking them to have mercy on him. For the benefit of doubt, and especially for those of you who didn't see that video earlier when I published it, make one take a watch and I will come back to do justice to it. This man wanted to see for this video is a top monarch in Nigeria. He's a monarch. In fact, he's an Igwe, a traditional ruler, by implication. But this man is currently facing a fraud charge of $4.2 million in the United States of America. As we speak, he is cooling off under the detention of the FBI. You see, America is great today because America will not tell you not to thief. America will not tell you not to steal. But be certainly rest assured that if you get the mind come thief, one day, now so they go take off your light. The way when NEPA they take collect light for inside Nigeria. This man one they see is a monarch in Osun State. And for the records, and for those of you who are not aware yet, this man is by name Oba Joseph Oloyede. He is the Apetu of Ipetumodu, a very popular monarch in Osun State. Sometime last year, 2024, around March, this man went missing. Nobody knew his whereabouts. At some point, it became a very worrisome development, for his kinsmen, his clan, and his community, because he was not coming forth and was found missing for many of the traditional, event and traditional festival. But little did we know that this man was actually arrested in the United States of America. He is an accountant by profession, and he holds United States of American passport, so he's at free will to fly into America and out of America. What happened? This man flew into United States of America in the month of March 2024, but was arrested exactly on the 4th of May, that same year 2024, over an indictment for defrauding United States of American government the sum of $4.2 million. The background behind his arrest stemmed from the fact that the American government, as a functional government, has what we called economic injury disaster loan, which was actually part of COVID-19, relief fund that were being used to support, the disaster that was caused by the pandemic to small businesses. They call it SBA, Small Business Administration. And what did this Oba Joseph did? This man, as a passport holder in the United States of America, went and opened 6 companies. And after opening these 6 companies, because there are requirements, there are tax documents and other financial documents that is required for you to be eligible to qualify for the loan, this man went and falsified all the documents. Probably he did that at Oluole, and he submitted the document, and all his 6 companies qualified for the loan, and he got $100,000 each for the 6 companies. And thereafter, this happened in the year 2020, and later on in the year 2021, this man again proceeded to cash out the same loan again, and this time using another of his company name that is called Joe and A. He got another $500,000 loan, and later on, 4 days after or 2 days after, he proceeded again to get another loan to the tune of $500,000. Thereafter, this man assimilated all the money. Only God in heaven knows or knew what he did with, such huge amount of money that was, collected under pretense. More so, this man later on in April last year was also indicted for a wire fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering. He is also currently being charged of being a conspiracy or conspiring with other persons who equally, submitted company names under the pretense of getting the COVID-19 economic injury disaster loan. And he was collecting some percentage from these individuals who also falsified their own documents. But very unfortunately today, the sins of the past has caught up with him. It is quite sad and very shameful because in the Nigeria of today and in the Nigeria of the past, we normally accord a whole lot of respect to traditional rulers, to monarchs, to igwes, to kings, to titled men, and the list continues. But politics and failure of political leadership all join together with the recklessness and rascalities of some of these traditional rulers, monarchs, igwes, and the list continues. And that is the singular reason why Africa has remained where it is. And that is the singular reason why Nigeria can never find it very difficult to see competent individuals, especially among the titled individuals, among kings and queens, among traditional rulers, among monarchs, who can stand their ground and speak the truth without minding whose ox is God. In Nigeria, in Africa, we have sold our conscience for money. Tomorrow, when people succeed in such an unscrupulous, pretentious, fraudulent, financial transaction, they become, extensively rich, and they will come back and contest for Mr. President and become president. But when people talk on the social media, you will see a comment under your video. This man can feed your entire family and your entire generation. These are some of the, unscrupulous, meaningless comments you see many a times when you begin to raise awareness on some of these things. Simply because we have transformed the society from a morally decent society to a money-controlled, environment and society, where every young man now cares no more about due process, where every young man cares no more about hard work, but rather what interests them is how to become a billionaire today and probably die tomorrow. They don't care and they don't give a shit about that. It is quite sad, and I'm reading this news with pains in my heart. What makes a great country is adherence to rule of law, is adherence to justice and fairness, is adherence to cutting the cost of governance, is adherence to her judicial system, and frowning at criminality at all levels. If we can fight criminality, squandermania in public offices in Nigeria, I bet you we are not a poor country. The problem is that we are living extravagantly, having over-bloated projects, over-bloated budgeting, the government officials living lavishly, extravagantly, the cost of governance skyrocketing, and you see a lot of rascality going on here and there. Because Mr. A is doing, Mr. B will do, Mr. C will do, and nothing will happen. I sincerely hope that those who have ears will learn. America will not tell you not to thief. They will not tell you not to steal. But certainly, they will catch you someday and off your light. The same way when NEPA, they take off light for inside Nigeria. Do not forget that even with the administration of Donald Trump today, a lot is already happening. The Department of Government Efficiency, which is currently headed by Elon Musk, recently unveiled allegedly $4 billion that was funneled to Bill Gates, and about $880 million that was also funneled to World Health Organization. And what does that tell you? Donald Trump and his team are in for a serious business. Investigation is still ongoing, and I can tell you, Donald Trump will definitely left no stone untouched until in Africa, in Nigeria, we begin to get serious with political leadership. We may continue to rant on the social media and continue to fight who is richer and who is poorer, while people continue to suffer while dreams and destinies continues to get crushed. I'm pretty sure you've been able to have a full grasp of the entire, issue. I've always told people that crime does not pay. Yes. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is watching, even when nobody is watching. It is hard to live a righteous life or a clean life, a straightforward life. I mean, it is not only peculiar to people living in Africa or people living in Nigeria, but all over the world. A lot of people thrive on violence, thrive on illegalities, thrive on crime. There are people that cannot do anything legit in this world. The only thing their mastermind is how to commit one crime or the other to get money. But at the end of the day, they keep going in and out of prison and they will never have a stable life. Their life will be shattered. That is why I always take my time to advise younger people and even adults who are following me on this channel. Say no to crime. American government, like I've always said, will not tell you not to thief. But at the end of the day, the law will do its job. Justice will be served accordingly. You will serve your sentence, and whatever that follows after serving your sentence will become your fate for the rest of your life. Stay away from crime. It is never going to pay. It is never going to give you an everlasting peace and joy. Imagine the people whom you scam, how they will feel, the silent, wicked prayers they will be making for you. You are not even thinking about that. You are thinking only about the security agencies, whether they go catch you or they no go catch you. Don't forget that human beings are smaller gods. Yes. Out of the power of the spoken word, God created the universe. God created the world. And you think that man cannot make pronouncement against you after scamming him or her, and it will not hold. Then you are a joker. You don't understand how, the dynamics of our existence works. Even a native doctor, after doing all his conjuring spirit, all his concussions and everything, they will still have to speak. That is where the power lies. Stay away from crime. This Baba now, his property at Medina County in Ohio has been seized by FBI. It has been seized by American government. And they also froze $96,000 in his account, in one of his business accounts in the US. And the judge revealed that this man laundered this $4.2 million through his personal account and through his business account as well. But the saddest part of this very story is that this king, this traditional ruler we are talking about, is a professional. In fact, he's an expert. He migrated to United States of America in the 90s. And he has grew his professional career in the banking sector. In fact, before he retired back to Nigeria, he was an adjunct professor. Yeah, adjunct professor, more like a part-time professor who is hired based on per course per semester. You know what I mean? To come to the classroom and deliver hands-on knowledge, the practical knowledge they have acquired over the years. An adjunct professor. And that now reminds me how we see professors in Nigeria rigging election, helping politicians to rig election. It begins to make me get more worried on whether we can actually salvage our dear country Nigeria from the hands of criminality who disguise themselves as politicians. I sincerely hope that this is going to be a lasting lesson to a lot of people who are still thriving on criminality and rascality. In a developed, organized country, you can't get away with any of that. It can only happen in Nigeria, and that is why we are consistently lending our voice to see a better Nigeria. At this point, I sincerely wish the king the very best of luck in his sentencing. May God show him mercy. But at the end of the day, whose price must surely pay. And just like the scriptures has foretold, no sinner shall go unpunished. At this material time, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. May another person see him. God bless you.